Okay, this is how to build the house. Credit to Ekaterina, who's the only person I've seen doing this. So you start by dividing the deck in half, like we had discussed, and you're going to drop with a triangular cut. And you're going to push those up to create a V in each hand. It's important to keep the pressure because you're going to do a second triangular cut. So you're basically going to divide here again using your index finger while your middle and ring finger hold the pressure, and you're going to then let those drop while your index finger holds. So you're holding index and thumb and pushing into your palm so you can bring those around. So you're going to have a second triangle here. You're going to make two triangles. This is going to make essentially the base. From here, I keep the pressure with, again, using the index fingers and the thumbs. I'm going to use the middle finger to pull a small packet from either side, whatever side you're more comfortable with. And you can even use the middle from the other hand, which you're going to do. I usually do anyway. So you divide a small amount of cards off with the packet, again maintaining the same pressure. And you're going to bring it over to contact the other pack. So let me put those back. It's a little harder for me to do in slow. So you're essentially dividing these, and you're going to touch it to the bottom here so that you're pushing in with your thumb, and you're essentially going to slide these up. And when you slide them up like that, so the action here is here, and you basically you're pushing to slide them up so that you can create the roof and bring these all together. So once you have it all together here, this is going to create the top. You'll notice that on the top, I make sure that the edges are aligned so that there's no cards peeking out here on the sides. So the reason you're going to do that is to build the roof, you're going to actually have to slide cards off the side. So here I'm really only keeping pressure with my palms. Nothing else is really, the bottom of my hands are basically being a base. So you're just going to slide one card over to the left with your left thumb, and one card over to the right with your right thumb, and you're going to then slowly push those so that they create the roof. It's a little harder to do slow, so we'll get back to that position here. So Charlie A, Charlie A. I'm going to bring these over again and up. We're going to create the top. Watch out for the edges there. We're going to slide one card this way, and we're going to slide it. I actually got two cards over there, but that's okay, still going to work. And here you're applying pressure with your thumbs. Your thumbs are actually pushing to create the roof. You can use your pinkies if you want to kind of make the back a little more even. You do want to make sure, as you saw there, the side fell in because I wasn't keeping the pressure as good on the side there. So one more time, a Charlie A, a second Charlie A. I'm going to bring it over, across, and then you're going to build the roof once you have it. A lot of times I'll actually just bounce it against my chest because it actually gives me a second to push pressure from the back instead of using my pinkies. And then there you go, that's how you make the house. And it'll actually drop into two distinct piles if you just release all the pressure at once evenly. So when you're done, you can just release it and it'll easily come back like this. As we were discussing, one last little tidbit, you can, instead of doing a second Charlie A here, Ekaterina actually drops in from one of the sides at the end. She actually builds the roof first and then drops from the sides, and I can't really tell you how she does that because that's not how I do it. But essentially she's doing it like this, I would assume, and dropping down instead of going around with the second Charlie A, which if that's more comfortable for you, you can do that. And then one last thing is that if you actually do it that way, the one good thing about doing that is you can actually, if you were to force the spectator's card as the third card in this pile, say, if you were to actually drop in on this side instead of going around with the Charlie A like I do and disturbing the order of the cards, which I'm working on, as you can see, dropping it in. If you make the third card here, and you can peel any amount when you make the roof here, but if the third card were the spectator's card, I can't do it now. So if the third card were the spectator's card and you build the roof, when you build the sides, the top card in the top portion will be the spectator's card. Anyways, I think you get the point, but it would be like this with the spectator's card right under it. And you can actually ask them to remove the card and it'll still stay in place, and you can have that be the spectator's card. So if you want to figure out a way to work that in the storyline. And that's it.
Yay!
Stop it.